And welcome back to Mr. Gregorius Math. So today what we're looking at is creating a median line of best fit on some data that we've got on Excel. And so I have a bunch of different columns of data here, and we've decided already that column A and column D do have a relationship, which you can see if we go ahead and insert a scatter plot. So there is a relationship, but it also is affected by outliers. So were we to add in a trend line by clicking on trend line and more trend line options, we would end up seeing that this particular trend line has a really low R squared value. So it probably is stronger than what's indicated by this R squared value. So this is a good candidate for doing a median line of best fit on. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy my data from columns A and D into another page so that I can start organizing it to do a median line of best fit. So I'll go ahead and copy this data here. Looked like I had some data here copied already, so I'm just going to clear this out. And I'll paste it right here. Oh, I got to go back and recopy. I don't know why it didn't select. So we'll take that and copy. And we'll go over to this page and paste. So now I have columns A and D, and I'm going to copy them over again so that way I have two versions. So this is my original version of data. I think it would make good sense to go ahead and insert a scatter plot just to start. So I'm going to insert a scatter plot, and I'll change its title to A versus D. And I'll even go ahead and add some axes labels. So I'll go to axis titles. My primary horizontal is going to be item A. And my primary vertical is going to be item D. And so now I have item A and item D graphed. And again, I could draw the line of best fit, but I don't really want to do that right now. I want to draw a median line of best fit. So I'm just going to move this over to the side, and we'll start considering doing some work with this data. So the first thing we need to do to draw a median line of best fit is sort by our X column. So in our case, that's the column A. So I'm going to highlight all of my data, and I'm going to go to the Data tab at the top of the window, and I'm going to select Sort. Now, because my list has headers right now, I can go ahead and sort based off of column A. And it's going to sort from smallest to largest, all of the elements from A, and it's going to keep the elements from D attached. So 10 will be attached to 40, this other 10 will remain attached to 10, 5 will be attached to 48, and we'll be able to see that these elements are still attached to one another once it's sorted. So we'll go ahead and click OK, and it sorts. And as you can see, 10 is still attached to 40, 10 is still attached to 10, and 5 is still attached to 48 as predicted. Now, because I'm drawing a median line of best fit, I need to count up how many pieces of data I have in total. So there are 13 entries from 5 to 27, which means I have to split into 3 somewhat equal groups. Unfortunately, 13 is not evenly divisible by 5. It's like 4.333. So my first group is going to be my first 4 pieces of data. I'm going to go and highlight these 4 pieces of data, and I'm actually going to change the borders. So I can change the border on the Home tab. Underneath where the font is indicated, it allows me to select different border types. And I'm just going to choose a thick outside box border so that we can see that that's all grouped together. Now, my last 4 pieces of data are also going to be grouped together, and so I will clump them. And my middle 5 pieces of data are grouped together as well. So I now have my median 1 group, my median 2 group, and my median 3 group sorted from my X values from largest to smallest and grouped into subgroups. Now within the subgroups, I need to sort the data from the Y coordinates. So to sort the data from the Y coordinates, what I need to do is just highlight the data I'm looking to sort and go back to that sort item again. Now it's giving me this warning, and it's saying data outside your current selection won't be sorted. What this means is if I sort based off of increasing, it's going to move these numbers around and not these numbers. Well, that's exactly what I actually want. So I want to continue with the current selection. It's giving you this warning because sometimes people accidentally only select one variable when they're actually trying to sort 2 or multivariable spreadsheets. So we want to allow this warning to go through by clicking sort. Now we're going to say our list no longer has headers because my list here is just these 4 elements and it doesn't have headers. And I'm sorting from smallest to largest. I click OK and they're sorted. Now I could sort these manually, but once I do one sort, it remembers all of my previous instructions. It remembers that my list doesn't have headers. It remembers that it's smallest to largest, and it's just pretty easy to sort. So I'm going to go ahead and sort the last element as well too. And remember, we're sorting so that we can easily observe what the median value is within each of these groups. And so the median value is the value that's going to be exactly halfway in between these two, or exactly this value right here, or exactly halfway in between these two values. So I'm going to have 3 median points. My first median point comes from the average of my x values. So the average of 10 and 10 is 10. And the average of 40 and 42 is 41. So this is my median 1 point that I've just entered in my table directly to the left. Now my median 2 point is going to be 14 and 33. And I'm just putting these little markers here to remind you that these are my 3 separate points that I'm going to include on this graph in a slightly different color. So now my median point from this one looks like it's going to end up being 29.5 on the y coordinate or the d coordinate and 21 on the a coordinate or the x coordinate. So 21 and 29.5 is going to be my M3 value. Now I have to get these 3 points to show up on this graph. So I had my scatter plot of my original data, not my sorted data, because if I did my scatter plot of my sorted data, it would look different. So I'm going to add in these 3 points as another series. How I do that is by right-clicking on the graph and choosing Select Data. Now, it tells me already I've got a certain chunk of data here. This chunk of data D has the x values from A down, and it has the y values from B down. Well, I want to add another series. So I'm going to click on the little plus button to add another series. And I'll name it my median points. The name's not going to show up unless you automatically choose a legend for it. So if you do decide to add a legend for your points, the median points name would show up automatically in your legend label. Now I'm going to pick my x values of my median points. Notice this is blank. So my x values are going to come from these 3 values. And I'll just highlight them and go back. And you can see Excel has done the work to show me where that reference is and where those cells are. So that's A15, A16, and A17. And I'll choose my y values. Those are going to be the ones directly beside. So now that I've got my median points, I can go ahead and click OK, and those 3 things should show up on my graph. And they do not. Why not? They should be there. Well, that's exciting. Huh. Maybe I clicked something different when I went to my... I apologize for this. I'll probably go back and edit this. Oh, I did. Here's what the problem was. I accidentally changed my x values and my y values. So my median points, I don't actually have them listed there. I must have clicked on something before clicking on OK. So that was the problem. It didn't store my x values from my selections. So I'll just go back and select those. And I'll go back and select these. And now it has them saved. And if I click OK, now my 3 median points show up. So that was just a simple error of clicking a little bit too fast. So this is my graph right now of item A versus item D with my median point 1, my median point 3, and my median point 2. Now I want to take this graph and actually draw a line on it. Now I could just use the draw tool from Excel and probably draw a line or add a little pen tool to it. But if I'm looking to include this in a presentation, I may want to actually copy it as a picture and draw on top of it using Preview or some other picture editing software. So to take a screen capture on a Mac, I press Command, Shift, and 4, and it changes my cursor to this little selection tool. Now it says chart area in the middle, so I'm going to do the selection again so that it doesn't say chart area. And I now have a selection. I can go ahead and do some editing on this particular selection. So I'm going to decide to draw a line. So I'm going to draw a line, and I'll draw my line from here to here. Now, there's a little problem with my line. You can see it. I think it's white. So I'm going to change it to a black line so that it's a little bit more highly visible. Oh, that was the fill. I'm going to change the outer edge of it to a black line so it's a little bit more visible. And clearly something's wrong. I think my line is curved. So I'm going to delete that line, and we'll try drawing a line again. So I'll go to line, and I'm just going to adjust my line so that it goes through my median point 1 and median point 2. And I'm just grabbing the handles, so the outer edges, until it looks like it's going through those 2 points. So sometimes you get a little bit of playing around to do. There we go. I think that looks pretty good right there. So that is my non-adjusted median line. Remember, I need to bring this line down 1/3 of the way to M2. So once I have it drawn, I can use the up and down arrows to actually translate the line without changing its slope. And so now I've got the line translated without changing its slope, and I can move this back up to where it's between M1 and M3, or I can slide it about 1/3 of the way down. And once I'm done that, I can go ahead and click on done, and I should have this nice image on my desktop of a median line drawn using Microsoft Excel. So I can copy and paste this into my diagram, and I can perhaps start reading from this median line, and it removes the effect of this outlier and this outlier from generalizing and coming up with an equation for the relationship relating whatever items A and D end up being. Sorry for the long recording, but we did have to jump through a couple of different programs here. I hope this video was helpful, and please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, and check the link in the description for the merch store. Take care.